Man, it must be nice to have a car.
Yes, I would love to hang out sometime.
Alright, it's a date then. Also, can you pick me up? I don't have my license.
Bro, how old are you now? And you still don't have your license?
Haha, you don't have a license. How's it feel being stuck at home all day, unable to go anywhere? All right, I'm sorry, that was a bit too harsh. I was there too, all right? You know, I didn't always have a license. I get it, I understand. I know what it's like having to pay double on DoorDash because you physically can't drive to the restaurant. I see so much talk now on people just not having a license or just not wanting to drive at all. You know, I understand that, especially here in Florida. People are really stupid on the road. They don't know how to do anything. That's why some of our roadways are labeled as some of the most dangerous in the entire US.
Interstate 4 has been consistently ranked as one of the, if not the, most dangerous highway in America.
But why would you want a license? Well, having a license is like getting a second chance at life. It's next to moving out of your parents' house. The amount of freedom you get when you finally have your own car to just drive wherever, whenever you want is just incredible. Like imagine you're there at night and the person you're talking to tells you, oh yeah, I got the place to myself. Come on over. And then you can because you have a car and you have a license. But then what happens when you don't and you can't do that? You'll never be able to experience what it would have been like to be able to have what you would have wanted in that moment, to be able to drive over there and get some play. Or another reason why you might need your license is, you know, when you get a job, you can't really just rely on other people to drive you over there, especially if you can't just walk over there yourself because everyone operates on a slightly different schedule. I used to feel really bad when people had to pick me up for anything because I couldn't just drive there myself. It's like I was inconveniencing them and I just didn't want to be like that. I didn't want to be the inconvenience. Like, all right, we gotta go all the way over to this guy's house so we can pick him up and then we can all hang out. Whereas when you have your license, you know, you just, it don't matter. I just drive over there whenever. Yo, bro, let's go meet at this restaurant. All right, I'm already there. Yo, man, all of a sudden I don't have a car and I need you to pick me up. I need you to save me. All right, don't worry, I got you. Just having a license just gives you so much freedom, but it also just makes everyone see you differently. Like you are that person now. You can drive. You can take care of things. It also just makes you more attractive when you can drive. Even dates. It makes your dating life so much easier. But you know what kills the mood faster than a bad joke? It's something that shows up uninvited and completely ruins the entire interaction. And that's bad breath. And that's why I'm excited that today's video is sponsored by Breath Death, the brand behind Crystal Breath, exploding mint crystals that kill bad breath on impact and take your confidence to the next level. These aren't your average mints or gum. No fake ingredients, no perfume masking, no endless chewing. Crystal Breath dissolves in seconds and actually destroys bad breath at the source. Powered by zinc, these mints attack sulfur compounds in your mouth that cause the stink, so you're not covering it up, you're actually killing it. And it keeps you clinically fresh for up to 4 hours, so you're not constantly worried about missing your next moment to shine. It's the perfect addition to your breath routine for when you're walking out the door and need backup that hits hard and fast. They're also all natural, 0 calories, fast acting, dentist approved, and pack a delicious peppermint punch you can't get enough of. It makes it fun to use and a legit party trick that you can share with friends who desperately need your help. And because it comes in resealable tubes, you could keep one everywhere and always be ready for whatever moment comes next. Trust me, once you try Breath Death, there's no going back. And because Breath Death is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers an amazing deal. When you click on the link in the description or scan the QR code to subscribe to the 8-tube pack, you'll get the regular 15% off plus free shipping, plus an additional 10% off for watching this video. It's an exclusive deal that you won't get anywhere else. So click the link to get started on your mission to kill bad breath. And once again, thank you Breath Death for sponsoring today's video. Okay, where were we? Oh yeah, driving. Having a license is not the same thing as having a car. You can have your driver's license, but not have a car in that current moment. But nowadays, I'm seeing a lot more people, especially in their 20s, just not having either of these things. But wasn't that like everyone's dream 10 or 15 years ago?
Tell me how great it is having your driver's license.
It's not all that. You know, traffic, paying for gas, trying to squeeze into those spaces that are just so I loved it so much I can't stand it.
You would always see people just saying, the moment I turn 16, I'm gonna get my driver's license and then I'm gonna be going everywhere. I'm gonna drive all day, every day.
Come on, I'll drive us to go get some pizza.
Nah, I'm not hungry.
Neither am I. Now let's go get some pizza.
Why?
because we can.
But we're seeing less people do that now. Like, less people want to have their license. Now, okay, if you live in like New York City or something where everything is walkable, you don't need a car, then yeah, okay, you know, I understand that. I can understand not having your license because you don't need a car in New York. But where I live, Florida is a very car-dependent state. If you don't have a car, you're basically screwed. Like, you need a car for everything. Like, I can't just walk down to the grocery store. That's like 3 miles away. I mean, technically I could, but I'm not trying to walk back another 3 miles with 10 bags of groceries. Another thing I see is because people are just too scared. They're scared of getting into a car accident. You know, I get that. Car accidents are scary and you don't want to get into one. You know, there's this really cool thing called using your fucking eyes. It's called pay attention. But another reason why people might not have their license is because of the driver's test itself. In the state of Florida, the driver's test actually is pretty easy. That might be why there's so many stupid people on the road.
Dumb Florida moron.
I still remember the driver's test even. I could retake the test right now and completely ace it. But that's the thing. There's 2 different types of tests you have to take in order to get your driver's license. One of them being a drug and alcohol test, which can take 4 hours to do. Actually, no, I lied. There's 3 different tests you have to take. There's the drug and alcohol test. Then there's, you know, the regular common sense. Do you know what a stop sign is and what it means? Which takes another, you know, 30 minutes or so sometimes, depending on the state, I'm pretty sure. And then number 3, there's the actual driver's test itself. I think the driver's test, the difficulty of a driver's test really just entirely depends on where you live. Like, I look at some of these driver's tests in Europe, and even I don't even know what's going on. So you guys are driving on the wrong side of the road, and then there's so many other different road rules, laws, and regulations in Europe. But in the United States, it's not really like that. Because my driver's test, I still remember here, I can tell you exactly what happened. So you make an appointment, you go to the DMV, and then they don't have a car for you to test. So you have to use someone else's car. So normally that would be a parent's car or just any relative. So I used my mom's car for the driver's test. And you know, before that, they inspect the car. They make sure that all the lights are working, the turn signal works, the horn works, so that the car is just functional, so they can actually do the test. So then they have someone sit right next to you, you know, as usual, and then you drive. And they'll tell you, okay, go over here, and they're just gonna analyze you. They're just gonna look if you use your turn signal, if you pay attention, if you look around, if you stop at stop signs. Then they make you do the 3-point turn. I didn't know this when I was taking my driver's test. They took off points because I didn't use my turn signal for a 3-point turn on a road that had literally nobody on it to be seen. Yes, I understand why. I know the implications of it because this is the exam that is going to allow me to be on the road with other people. Let me complain, okay? Like, I kid you not, there was not a single soul for a good 3 miles, but yet I got points deducted from me because I didn't use my turn signal. Now, geez, my bad. I'm sorry that I didn't signal to Casper the Ghost that I was going to turn right now. And another thing, they took off points because I didn't use my turn signal going into a parking spot. Rarely ever, to this day, do I ever see people use their turn signal going to a parking spot, which I understand the implications of it. You know, sometimes it is necessary, but in day-to-day driving, especially in Florida, nobody ever uses their turn signal, just even regularly, especially for going into a parking spot. If you're gonna take your driver's test and you're also taking it in Florida, but this also goes for it just everywhere else in general, make sure you overuse your turn signals. It doesn't matter. Going into a parking spot, use your turn signal. Turning the corner, use a turn signal. Turning at like a 30-degree angle, use your turn signal. They'll deduct points for anything. They are actively looking for reasons to make you fail the test. And another reason, this is a big one, why a lot of people are not getting their license is because, well, they can't find cars. Cars are expensive, especially like around 2020, around the pandemic time. The car market was in shambles. It was awful. You guys remember when they were trying to charge 40 grand? I even made a whole video about this. They're trying to charge 10K for like a 20-year-old Honda Civic with over 200,000 miles on it. Like, this is crazy. And another thing is that some people just can't afford to own cars because you have to pay for gas. That's one. If you don't buy your car cash, you also have to pay for the car payment every month. And then another thing that gets overlooked a lot, but is completely just so dumb. Insurance. Number 3, especially if you're young. If you're lucky enough to have a license before the age of 18, let alone a car, good luck paying for insurance. Most of the time when someone is driving under the age of 18, they normally have their parents pay for it. But you see, I couldn't do that. My family just cannot afford to have another person on the insurance list just having a license just under the age of 18 because it's so dumb. They were gonna charge me damn near $500 a month in insurance just to have a car, just to be road legal, just for the bare minimum. When I first got my license, I got my license when I was 18. Even then, they still wanted to charge me $365 a month. Even though I had thoroughly passed the driver's test, they still wanted to charge me that much, only because I was young. That's it. The car that I was driving at the time too was a complete freaking beater. Oh my gosh. My first car car was a 2009 Nissan Versa hatchback. Little blue Nissan, the little goober that thing was. Love that car. That car was great. It was a great car, but oh my gosh, that thing was, that thing had so many issues with it. So anyways, I was trying to insure this car. By this point, this was like 2022. I'm pretty sure 2022. I turned 18, got my license. And at this point, 2009, at this point, that car was like 13 years old, over 150,000 miles on it. And they still wanted to charge me an insane premium just for the bare minimum, just to be road legal, which is nuts. And is why a lot of people, especially now, why more and more people are just opting out of not having their license in their 20s. Because it's crazy. It's a crazy cost. Like gas costs me about it's between $60 and $120 a month. Insurance is another $175 for me. And thankfully, I don't have a car payment because I bought my car cash. So that saves me money. But even then, I'm still paying almost $300 a month now just to own my car. And that's not even including other people. Like other people that, you know, don't have a paid off car. They had to get it from the dealer or something. Normally, on average, a car payment there this obviously really depends on the car that you have and how much you owe on it. And the interest rates, that's another thing you have to factor in. That can also affect your monthly costs. So we'll say on average that's probably about between $300 and $500 a month for an average car. Then you tack on insurance for that. And then you tack on gas too. And it's an expense. It's expensive. This is why a lot of people now are opting out of having a car. But it is not over. Guys, there is a silver lining to this. The car market has gone down a bit, especially in the used market. You can actually get some pretty decent cars for an alright price. And that was the case for me. I got pretty lucky when buying my car. So my car, most of you know, I have a 2017 Mitsubishi Lancer. I got it for about $5,000 and it works perfectly. I still haven't had any issues with it. And you know, for my car guys out there, I upgraded it a little bit. I know. Performance mod. I put an air intake in there. Watch out, Tesla Plaid owners. I'm coming for you. That's right. My 160 horsepower car is gonna smoke your 1,000 horsepower electric car. That's right. You don't believe me? Okay, watch this. I have video evidence of it happening right now. Totally real and not fake at all. But essentially, the reason why more and more people are not driving or not getting their license is because it's expensive. It's more of a cost now than what it used to be. It's not to say that you will never be able to drive ever. No, that's definitely not the case. It's just a matter of getting yourself situated. If you don't have a car yet and you want a car, don't worry, just be patient. It'll take some time. It's not very likely you're just gonna hop on Facebook Marketplace right now and find the deal of a lifetime. Though that probably could happen, but it's not very likely. It just takes time. You gotta keep on looking and eventually you'll find a car that fits your budget. But if you don't have a car right now and you want one, don't worry, you got this. I'm rooting for you.